are the Undercity's last line of defense! You disgusting alliance will never take the Undercity! Push them back to the elevator!
Charge in! On next open!
For the Horde!
Oh, it's just one person. Man, you Alliance players really gotta step it up. This is embarrassing. Welcome to another World of Warcraft video. Last episode, I attended a Hallows End roleplay event where I procured an incredibly convincing Night Elf mask, which resulted in me being vored by a group of trolls.
I heard there was elf. Tasty.
This episode, I'm going to finally tell you the story of how I hit 60. After all, I have kept you waiting quite a bit. But first, let's talk PvP. It's no secret that whilst I was leveling, I was a bit of a PvP fiend, an overworld nuisance, if you will. Sorry, dragon. But once I hit 60, most of my playtime went into getting gear, and when you're locked inside dungeons day after day after day, having your loot stolen by fucking hunters, it becomes very difficult to find the time to kill disgusting Alliance players. I said to my group, Hand of Justice is about to drop, and it dropped. And I won!
That's what I'm talking about, baby!
I'm happy to tell you now, though, that after countless weeks of grinding, I am now pretty much pre-raid best in slot, and since Phase 2 dropped, I'm back on my bullshit. But the world has changed. PvP isn't just a passing occurrence anymore, it's a way of life. It has become the game. Leveling zones are no longer cute theme parks for low levels to quest in. No, they have become fully fledged chaotic war zones for level 60s to host territorial race wars within. And if you get caught in the crossfire, well, you unfortunately become just another statistic.
I just came here to hand in a quest.
I used to feel safe walking around the starting zone of Tirisfal Glades, but now if I'm alone, you can bet 2 or more rogues are going to unstealth and tear my bussy up. My bussy! And if it's not a pack of sneaky Alliance killing you within the walls of your very own city, it's a giant warband making sure you get the full dragon experience. What on earth did I do to deserve this? But you know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them. Now don't get me wrong, roaming around Azeroth in a giant death patrol swishing puny Alliance like ants is incredibly fun, and in my opinion is one of the greatest experiences World of Warcraft has to offer. Even if the honor payout is substantially smaller, teaming up with 20 plus people to kill a flight master and completely shut down an outpost brings about a sense of community I don't think any other MMO can match. However, I'd rather just be that guy at Menethil Harbor. So that's what I've been doing 12 hours a day for the past week. It is for me way more fun, it gets people way saltier, and it gets me way more honor. That is if Blizzard doesn't fudge the numbers on my honor kills. Seriously, Blizzard, I'm missing over half my honor kills. What the fuck are you doing? I don't care if you're AFK, I don't care if your name is Grey. I don't care if your name is Grey and you're AFK or having a bad day trying to fly away named Menj, I'm gay. I control the harbor. The only good alliance is a dead alliance, and if you have a problem with it, well, you know where to find me. But as I've said before, I'm not all bad. I could never raise a hand to a child, so these 3 tiny humans, they can go in peace. Fly away, children. Fly away. Sometimes the docks are quiet and you only get a few bites, and sometimes the docks are in full chaos war mode. You never really know what's going to happen, and that's what I love about this area. One minute I'm death rolling with a mage because we wait for unsuspecting commuters. Ooh, tough luck. And the next I'm outnumbered and fleeing after securing a quick kill. Oh, what a rush! What's that, human paladin? You are running from a group of horde and are desperately trying to make it to the boat? Well, it would be a shame if you were chased down and stunned and missed the boat and then killed mercilessly. I also really enjoy when 2 people decide to have a duel on the docks. It literally just means I get 2 free kills. What did you think was gonna happen? But the truly great part about Menethil Harbor PvP is it's not just the docks, there are also the boats themselves, and with a small group you can seize control of a ship and live out the ultimate pirate fantasy. It's like Sea of Thieves, but good. At 4:43 a.m. on a weekday, I teamed up with a group of like-minded menaces to take control of one of the ships. What's interesting to note about the boats in World of Warcraft is that once you zone into the boat's destination, anyone who was dead on the ship is immediately revived, making it incredibly easy to camp people over and over. What's especially fucked up about this is that you can't even attempt to run back to your corpse, because even as a ghost, the game will teleport you back to the ship and your inevitable demise. If the people camping you have stuns, for example an ice trap, you literally have no option but to spirit revive. I want to thank Blizzard for making this possible. This poor hunter didn't even try to fight back, he just feigned death and let his destiny unfold.
Get feet on the ground!
When we pulled up to Theramore Isle, some fresh meat hopped on the ship and were immediately indoctrinated into our crew of the damned.
Your bubble can't save you now.
We made the trip back to the Eastern Kingdoms and the cycle continued. Those who hadn't spirit revived were killed immediately, and as we pulled up to Menethil Harbor, we added another paladin to our ranks. The ship set sail for Theramore Isle once again, and when we arrived, the paladin made their best attempt to throw themselves overboard to escape their gruesome fate. Unfortunately, we are evil people and had planned for this accordingly. After being sapped, blinded, encased in an icy tomb, and then blinded again, our priest mind-controlled the paladin and we took him below deck. I'm sure Hayden was realizing now that there was going to be no easy escape. I'd feel bad, but paladins are quite literally the most insecure class in WoW.
I couldn't have less respect for them if I tried.
After being placed in another block of ice for 30 seconds, our paladin friend was worth killing again, and after doing so, we were awarded a cool 69 honor.
Nice.
We celebrated with some grog and helped ourselves to the free meal. The holy light inside the paladin provided a satisfying burn, similar to that of a chili pepper. However, the constant ice traps had left the meter a little frozen. I would rate the meal 4 out of 10, definitely below average and not up to par with the quality I've become accustomed to. After all, I'm used to Gul'dan Ramsay's excellent cooking. Ignore the bad take. A short while later, we once again entered the Eastern Kingdoms and our paladin friend tried to run away.
You lose!
He shouted as he made for the exit, but well, I'm sure you know what happened next. As punishment for spitting in the face of our generous hospitality, we mind-controlled him into the corner to forcibly take a timeout. But even as his very brain was being controlled and manipulated by our fiendish priest, his proud paladin spirit bled through as he exclaimed,
You lose, you lose, you lose, you lose!
Even when he was put back on ice, we could still hear his war cry through the frozen tomb. And honestly, I respect it. That's a real paladin. After breaking free, he made yet another futile attempt at escape, only to be thwarted by yours truly. I gave the meat one last try for good measure, and yeah, the ice traps have definitely ruined this specimen. Where's a fire mage when you need one, huh?
Could really use a pyroblast right about now.
The ship sailed back to Kalimdor. I kept the paladin stunned for as long as I could, but finally, after being told to go to retail, he bubbled up and jumped overboard. Hey, that's not retail, that's the ocean. I followed him into the murky water and dispatched him with the other rogue, and after seeing his ghost leave his body, I knew our time together had come to an end. God bless you though, Hayden, you were a good sport. I've put you on my no-kill list along with Kuman.
Who, by the way, I'm still looking for. Where are you, Kuman? I miss you.
As I'm sure you've all gathered by now, I'm a bit of a mischief maker. Messing with people and wasting their time makes my brain feel good, and when I see other people doing the same, I feel a sense of kinship. These rogues, for example, are, and I mean this with 100% sincerity, doing God's work.
Keep it up, boys. This is fucking great.
But why am I bringing this up? Well, let me introduce you to my business email inbox, a shadowy abyss filled with vultures ready to offer a short-term payday in exchange for picking the flesh off my ripe, plump, analytically perfect audience. I'm talking about you. Now, normally I'd estimate that I do not respond to 99% of my business emails because, let's face it, unless I actually like the product, I'm not going to be showing it to my audience, and the overwhelming majority of business emails are either boring products, outright scams, or awful, just awful mobile games. So I got this business email for this mobile game, and I decided to do my due diligence and, Google the name of the game just to see what it's about before I say yes to anything, as you should. I just want to get your reaction to the game's trailer. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, just brace yourself for this. Okay, 3, 2, 1, play.
Yes, don't leave me, please.
But wait.
What's the matter?
My lord, he wants to divorce.
She is not taking anymore. Nobody wants her.
It's awful, but wait, it gets worse. Is he guilty?
Oh no. Hey, Shenmue 3 looking kind of different.
Yeah, Shenmue 3 looks
so,
good.
Barney, how much are they paying you? You signed it, right?
Yeah, I signed it, dude. They're paying me $10,000. Yes, normally I'd estimate that I do not respond to 99% of the business emails I get, but when a gold-selling website, which will not be named, contacted me, I knew I had to respond right away. I mean, how could I not respond to such a wholesome, genuine, definitely not shady business opportunity? Oh, and whilst I tell this story, I'm just gonna have footage of me exploring Mount Hyjal in the background. Oh, hello there, I began. I've heard of your website website. How could I not, with the amount of bots you have constantly inviting people to chat channels to advertise the website? I am absolutely interested in working with respectable people such as yourself. I love to buy gold in video games because I'm lazy as hell, and artificially inflating the value of gold for everyone else on the server is of no concern to me. My therapist says I display sociopathic tendencies, but if being a resourceful capitalist in this capitalist society makes me a sociopath, then I guess I'm just a product of my environment, and therefore I cannot be at fault.
But I digress.
As much as I would like to work with you, I only partner with high-quality services and reputable businesses. So to ensure that you are indeed professional businessmen, I shall need you to attach an image of yourself or someone at your place of work wearing a suit. A cup of coffee in hand is optional, but will go a long way, as will a hat. I look forward to hearing back from you. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I send bait emails like this out all the fucking time, and I don't really ever get responses, but a couple of days later, your boy got a response. Hi there. It is great to hear you want to partner with us. We do not wear suits for working, but we promise we are very professional business. This month we have hundreds of transactions, and we have worked with professional YouTubers for many years. If you can send us your audience analytics, we can get back to you with remuneration figures for your consideration.
And here's my favorite part.
Very sorry to hear you are in therapy. We hope you become stronger in the mind soon. Thank you. Marketing www.com. Did I respond to this email, you ask?
Of course I fucking did.
Greetings, digital coin seller. Sorry I did not reply sooner. I had a very bad weekend. It turns out the strange smell coming from my bathroom isn't, and then I just kept tapping the first word on my predictive text because I was on my phone. Working on my own room is so comfy, and I was Mr. Morning, and it is a good day to be able for my birthday to go with me, and it is my morning day, so haha. Attached is a .zip containing my analytics. Barn E B Keeper. And yes, I did attach a .zip to the email, inside of which is a PNG titled barneyanalytics.png.
Which is actually a JPEG.
Although, silly me, I put a password on the folder. Damn. Oh, I'm sure they're gonna have to email me back to get that password. Oh, here it is, right on time. Hello, Barn. Happy birthday. There is a password on this folder. What is it? Thank you. Marketing. www.com. How could I have been so foolish to have password locked my zip and then not told them? I'm such an idiot. I responded quickly. Morning, Jeff. Every now and again I make foolish mistakes like this. Please forgive me. Ask and you shall receive. Maybe I should get out of the habit of password locking every zip I create. Oh, by the way, I really am sorry I forgot to tell you the password. Real idiot move of me. Of course, I'm sure you forgive me, right? Now, to uncover the password, you must look at the first letter of every sentence in this email, which it spells out me a moron. Unfortunately for the gold sellers, the ruse doesn't end here. After the gold seller types in me a moron to unlock and extract barneyanalytics.png, they will find that barneyanalytics.png is not a PNG of Barney's analytics at all. In fact, barneyanalytics.png is instead a digital drawing depicting a shirtless humanoid Goomba from Super Mario. I'll leave the bottom half of this image to your imagination. I never received a response back from www.com, but that's okay. As I said earlier, I only take sponsors from games or services I like because I respect my audience and I will never ever sell you short. Which is why today's sponsor is AFK Arena. Now, I'm gonna keep it 100% real with you guys. I usually don't take sponsors from mobile games because,
I mean, do I need to say why?
but when I tried AFK Arena, I couldn't stop playing it, and I haven't stopped playing it, and I now have 20 hours in this game. This is not a joke. This is not part of the contract for me to tell you this. This is 100% real. I actually really like this mobile game. What is happening to me?
I don't even know who I am anymore.
When I'm on a flight path in World of Warcraft, I'm playing AFK Arena. When I'm dead in a raid, I'm playing AFK Arena. And, okay, I've actually been killing myself on purpose in raids so that I can get back to playing AFK Arena. This is not a joke. My guild leader watches these videos. He's gonna find this out. Lucian, please don't kick me from the guild. So take it from me. This mobile game is actually good, and they're supporting my channel and my content. So it would mean the world to me if you clicked my link in the description, patreon.me/Barney64, and check this game out. It's got 10 million active users. The community is like always setting up like cosplay events and holiday events and giveaways. There's over 50 characters to collect, and they all have their own unique storylines and play styles. And just look at this art style.
Bellissimo.
So do me a solid, check out the link in the description. That's patreon.me/Barney64. Enter the secret bonus code you see on screen now into the game to be awarded 500 diamonds. Wow. 5 common hero scrolls. Wow. And 60 rare hero soulstones. Amazing. What's your excuse, huh? You guys don't have phones? But whilst we're on the topic of me getting money, I finally acquired my epic mount. But wait, that's not an undead mount. Yeah, you're goddamn right. What the fuck do I look like spending 800 gold on a shitty fucking dead horse? Are you kidding me? Don't get me wrong, I love the Forsaken. I think that we are undisputably the best race in World of Warcraft, but Blizzard really gave us the shitty end of the stick when it comes to mounts. Orcs get badass wolves, Tauren get hulking kodos, trolls get sick raptors, night elves get majestic sleek tigers, dwarves can ride sheep. That's fucking cool. And I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I think the gnomish mechastriders are pretty damn sick. But the undead? Yeah, just give them literal dead horses. Are you kidding me? And I know what you're thinking. Barney, didn't you have to grind hella rep to purchase another race's mount? Yes. And here's how I did it. In Orgrimmar, there's a troll named Vahima, and you can donate stacks of runecloth to her in exchange for Darkspear troll reputation. For each stack of runecloth donated, you gain 50 rep, and you need to reach Exalted standing, which is maximum rep, before the trolls will even consider selling you a raptor. How much rep did I need to grind to go from my neutral standing to Exalted? 42,000. That means I had to hand in 840 stacks, or 16,800 runecloth, just to be allowed the privilege of buying a raptor mount. Yes, don't get it mistaken, this grind doesn't award you with the mount at the end, this is literally just the grind to be allowed to purchase the mount. And at 1 gold 30 silver per runecloth stack, I had to spend 1,092 gold on the rep grind alone. To reiterate, so you fully understand my plight, that's 1,092 gold on the rep, 800 gold on the mount itself, and then the 20 gold raptor license, cause oi, you got a license for that raptor? But Barney, you don't accept gold donations like other WoW personalities. How on earth did you manage to save 2,000 gold to spend on a mount? Dire Maul North tribute runs. And if you don't know what that is, well, I'm about to explain it to you. You see, Dire Maul North is a very interesting dungeon, and I don't just mean because the outside of the dungeon is a war zone. I know I've said it before, but god, I fucking love being a rogue. Can you imagine having a corpse walk back here over and over just to get into the dungeon? Oh, it could never be me. Despite having 7 bosses available to kill, there are intended dungeon mechanics in place to allow you to skip past 6 of them, and if you opt to do this strategy, you are awarded bonus loot at the end. What's super cool about this though is that with a rogue and 2 druids, you can stealth past all the mobs, stealth past this boss, go upstairs, sap this guy, blind this guy, unlock this door, vanish, stealth past this boss, kill these dogs, and then have 1 druid tank the king, have the other heal, and then have the rogue nuke the boss. Following this strategy, you can make a 1-hour dungeon take 10 minutes, and the loot is insane. By disenchanting the shit drops, vendoring the ones that sell for a high price, and putting consumables on the auction house, you can expect to make at least 30 gold per run, split between 3 people of course. If done optimally, you can expect to make at least 180 gold per hour, and if you're doing this a couple of hours each day, in no time you will be able to afford whatever your heart desires. And thanks to this strategy, I now have my epic raptor mount. She doesn't have a name yet, but if you guys have any ideas, feel free to tweet me at Barney. As for my old mount, well, let's just say this dead horse is going to be rotting in my bank until the end of eternity. But let's give her one final send-off. Rest in peace, shitty dead horse. I'm so happy to be finally rid of you. And before you get shitty with me in the comments, I tried to sell the horse back to the horse merchant so that it could live out the rest of its undeath in a peaceful Tirisful meadow, but the merchant literally didn't want it back. So what am I supposed to do? The only thing I can do is let it rot in my bank. I can't even mercy kill the horse. It's already dead. Now this was going to be the part of the video where I told you how I hit level 60, and I promise I am going to get to that. But when I was looking over my footage to put this video together, I found something that I couldn't just not include, and it's especially relevant given this episode's focus on PvP. A couple of weeks ago, I was PvPing at Thorium Point, which if you play the game, you'll know is quite the contested area. Or at least it was until Battlegrounds were introduced and effectively put an end to world PvP, but we'll get to that next episode. Anyway, I wasn't recording at the time, so I only have this screenshot, but as you can see, when I arrived at Thorium Point and killed the first person I saw, he blurted out,
"Barney, you are an evil Korean!"
In World of Warcraft, you cannot communicate with the opposite faction when you you type something in, it just gets auto-translated into nonsense speak. However, because the internet is the internet, people have figured out how to translate certain words and phrases. So this means not only did this person find the translation for my name, they then wrote that into a macro and had that ready to go for the incredibly unlikely event that they ran into me in the game. What? And it's not like I had been hanging around this area for a while either. I literally just arrived. I landed at the flight point, and this was the first guy I saw, and so I killed him. Obviously, I had to boot up my recording software and document the rest of this interaction. So let's get into it. This night elf had gone to extraordinary lengths to get my attention, and given that the world is so large, we might never see each other again. I would be an asshole if I didn't stick around to see where this would go, and so I knelt in front of his corpse and eagerly awaited his return. A minute later, he appeared behind me, also kneeling. Unfortunately, the nice moment was immediately ruined by this bitch-ass shadow priest. No! I screamed, but it was too late. The night elf had died again. As a group of Alliance stormed over to avenge their fallen brother, I wept over the corpse of Bebop, and it wasn't long before I would join him in the shadowy afterlife. A night elf druid softly wept as she mourned over our corpses. As I walked back to my lifeless body, from beyond death's wispy veil I could hear a dwarf yell,
"Hi Barney! Hi Barney!"
Who the hell are these people?
I revived, waved to the priest, he burst into dance, and then Adobe Cloud alt-tabbed me from the game to let me know my subscription for their ludicrously priced service was ending soon. Because of this, the next 30 seconds of footage is corrupted.
Sorry about that.
All you need to know is that during those 30 seconds, Bebop fucking died again and had to be revived by the druid. During this time, I activated my Orb of Deception so I would look like my new friends, but just as I did so, that same bastard priest showed up again and killed both Bebop and the druid. I'd be mad about this, but I don't think I can expect anything less from someone who names their character Jaina. Once again, my tears flowed, but at least the mage knew he would have to die for his crimes. As a group, we gathered around to pay our respects, but you know, some people just have no class. Really, Laturnup? Really? You're gonna turn up at a time like this? Now my Orb of Deception is on cooldown for 45 minutes. Thanks a lot.
Sorry, Barney.
They yelled back to me, but the damage was already done.
I just wanted to look like a night elf and fit in.
Because druids are a fucking awful class,
Seriously, who plays this shit?
Dramatic couldn't revive Bebop again, and so this time had to rely on alternative medicine. Shockingly, this didn't work, but it did crisp up the skin nicely. Oh, just a little bite. It would be a shame to have this body just go to waste. A few moments later, Bebop had returned.
Barney, thanks.
He said to me as we knelt before each other in mutual respect.
Me love you. Kiss me.
Who was I to decline such a request? I threw a kiss hard at the night elf, and then he let me know that he was ready. Oh no, what am I getting myself into? Oh no, he's taking off his clothes. Thankfully, an orc arrived on the scene and put a stop to the degeneracy. A dwarf hunter then put one between my eyes, and as I moved to my corpse as a ghost, I could see that Bebop, wearing nothing but his boots and a sword, had challenged that same dwarf to a duel. Overwhelmed by Bebop's primal Chad aura, the coward declined.
But really, can we expect anything else from a dwarf?
Minutes later, Thorium Point had become overrun with Alliance. Bebop and I tried to spread a message of no kill and no war, but it was unfortunately futile. I died again as Laturnup exclaimed,
Love you, Barney.
When I revived, a human warrior pointed at me and challenged me to Muck Gora. For those unfamiliar with the orcish custom, Muck Gora is an honorable duel to the death. I didn't realize humans knew of this custom, but refusing a Muck Gora is a great display of cowardice, so I had no choice but to accept. Bebop tried to talk me out of it, but
This is Makgora.
with my honor at stake, I went all out on Raham the warrior, who was woefully unprepared to deal with a rogue such as myself. Our duel was over in a matter of seconds, with Raham only landing 2 pathetic blows. Upon reviving, Raham, seemingly overwhelmed with shame, threw himself off the cliff and committed suicide. As Bebop mourned for his friend, I realized that this night elf was truly too good for this world of Warcraft. All along, he had tried to spread a message of no war, but this is not the world we live in, for we live in a world of war. Craft. With a heavy heart, I waved farewell and took a flight to the Undercity. I hope Bebop lives a peaceful life, because this night elf truly deserves it.
The end. Just kidding.
If you've watched my content for some time, then you'll know that when I play games, I often find myself coming up with extremely ridiculous, time-consuming, self-imposed challenges. And once my idiot brain has come up with one, nothing will sate it until the goal has been realized. So when I was thinking up ways to make my level 60 ding memorable, and my brain conjured the cursed thought,
Hey, why don't we ding 60 using Discovery XP?
I grabbed the nearest pillow and screamed. Why? Why would I come up with that? Why would I come up with that? This is gonna be so much work. But I gotta do it. But I gotta do it. Haha. Because once I have an idea, I can't just not do it, right? I'm so goddamn sick and tired of being me. First, I'd need to find out how much Discovery XP a level 59 would get for walking into, I don't know, let's say Ironforge. The only problem with this is that we still to this day do not actually fully understand how Discovery XP is calculated, so outside of literally taking my character into Ironforge to find out, I would have no way of knowing how much XP walking into Ironforge would give a level 59. And because you can only gain Discovery XP once, that's why it's Discovery XP, that wasn't going to work. Quite the conundrum we have on our hands. However, due to my fully decalcified pineal gland, I opened up my third eye and birthed a brilliant idea. If I make a level 1 dwarf and see how much XP he gains from walking into Ironforge, all I would then have to do is find another location that gives that same amount of XP, take my level 59 there, and then, in theory, I will know how much XP I will get for walking into Ironforge. And it just so happens that the gates of Ironforge and Ironforge itself both gave my level 1 dwarf 55 XP. If I now bring my level 59 to the gates of Ironforge and see how much XP I get for discovering that, which is 6 XP, I can now safely assume that if I were to walk into Ironforge, I should gain 6 XP. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Now, just outside Blackrock Depths in the Grinding Quarry, there is a mob called Quarry Slave. They spawn all along this perimeter, and they can be either level 46, 47, or 48. At level 59, killing the level 46 and 47 mobs grants no XP, but those level 48 mobs, they give a very, very generous 106 XP. Wow. Why am I telling you this? Well, after many hours of looking up enemy XP values and doing math. I did so much math. I did so much math. The best calculation I could come up with when taking my remaining XP into consideration was the following. At 19,940 remaining XP, by killing 188 level 48 quarry slaves, I can leave my remaining XP at 12. Now, I know this isn't 6, the amount of XP I'm gonna get when I walk into Ironforge, but let me explain. If I can find another location I haven't been to yet that matches the same XP gain as the gates of Ironforge and Ironforge itself, I can then kill 188 level 48 quarry slaves to leave my XP at 12 remaining, then have a warlock summon me to this new location to gain 6 XP, and then I can Hearthstone, trek to Ironforge, walk in, and finally ding 60. Theoretically, I had solved the puzzle. I knew what needed to be done, and it was time to get to work. For the next 5 hours, I farmed quarry slaves. Hey, wanna know what's cool about quarry slaves? They spawn around this room's perimeter, so you can make a nice long loop around the room farming them. And then by the time you get back to the start of the loop, they've already respawned. Pretty cool. Hey, wanna know what's not cool about quarry slaves? They only have a 1 in 3 chance to actually be level 48, the ones that actually give XP. Yeah, that's what made this grind take so long. 2/3 of the time you're actually farming the wrong mob, and you have no choice because optimally you want to kill them all to maximize the respawns. Oh yeah, also this grind has to be done in one sitting because if I log off, I'll get rested XP and that will fuck up the math. Thanks for coming up with this one, brain. What a kooky adventure. Fuck you. Now, earlier in the plan, I mentioned I'd have to find a new location worth the same amount as the gates of Ironforge and get myself Warlock summoned there. But I don't have any Warlock friends, so how am I gonna do this? Well, thank God I play on a roleplay server because unlike you basic bitches, we over on Grobulus actually have a fucking Uber service. Yeah, that's right. We got a group of mages and warlocks who, for a small fee, will summon you from anywhere you are to a main city of your choice. Now, they don't usually take custom summon jobs, but when I offered them 150 gold, half of my total money, they couldn't exactly say no. But not only this, the Uber service went above and beyond. When I explained to them my ridiculous plan and how I was still looking for a location that matched the XP gain of Ironforge, they went out in their platoons to find me a location that matched that description. And they found it. Truly, the greatest customer service of our time, 10 out of 10, would recommend. It had taken me hours of planning, hours of math, and hours of grinding, but finally, at 2 a.m., September 25th, 2019, I was ready to finish my quest. I was ready to hit level 60. I contacted Uber for the summon, and I hit accept. As I loaded into a destination unknown, I was suddenly terrified of fucking the plan up. Oh, please. Please don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up. Please don't ding here. If I ding here, I'm gonna be so fucking sad. I arrived in Valley of Heroes, Stormwind, under the bridge on a tiny patch of dirt. I swam out of the tunnel slowly and very carefully approached this corner to trigger the discovery of Stormwind. 8 XP. Yes, it's actually gonna work. It's actually gonna work.
I can't believe it's gonna work. I'm a goddamn genius.
I paid Dire Morlock his 150 gold, and then I Hearthstoned back to the Undercity to make my final journey to Ironforge. And that's how I did it. The most elaborate level 60 ding in World of Warcraft Classics history. I had pushed myself harder than ever before to reach this goal, so let this stand testament to my iron will. This took hours of planning, researching, communication, grinding, and worst of all, math. I had to do real math for the first time in 10 years to complete this challenge, but I did it! I'm the greatest of all time, baby! But hey, big thanks for watching. Please make sure to check out this video's sponsor, AFK Arena, link in the description, and as always, a big thank you to my Patreons. Mwah. I love you. This is my last video of the year, so I will see you guys in January. Oh, also, I'm moving back to the UK permanently. Okay, bye!